There's a moment, a private, sickening moment, when you're alone staring at the mirror and it hits you, you're losing. Not just losing money, not just opportunities, you're losing time, you're losing power, and worse, you're losing yourself. You've done everything right. You've played by the rules. You've been kind, patient, diligent, and yet the world keeps slamming the door in your face. Meanwhile, the liars win. The manipulators rise. The ruthless dominate. You ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Let me answer that with brutal honesty. You are afraid to lose, afraid to risk, afraid to suffer. But let me tell you a secret that most men will die without learning. If you want to win, you must first lose. And not just lose, lose deliberately. Lose strategically. Lose with a goddamn purpose. Because only in losing do you learn to kill the weak parts of yourself. Only in sacrifice do you gain leverage. And only in the fire do you forge steel. Most people wear masks. Not because they want to, but because they think they have to. Masks of niceness. Masks of humility. Masks of helplessness. These masks are your prison. And they are killing you slowly. You were taught that losing is shameful. You were raised to avoid pain. So now, you're stuck playing defense in a world built for war. But hear me now. Strategic surrender is not weakness. It is the ultimate power move. When a general retreats, it is not to run. It is to reposition. When a predator stalks in the shadows, it is not fear. It is focus. If you want real power, then you must learn to lose with intent. Give up the need to look strong. Give up the need to always win every petty battle. Give up your obsession with what people think. Shed the mask and show the world your hunger. Show the world your rage. Because only when you are willing to bleed can you make others fear your sword. Let's talk psychology. Not the feel-good nonsense, but the brutal mechanics of how people gain control. In every game of power, there is a sacrificial pawn. Something must be cut to feed your evolution. Could be a belief, a relationship, a comfort. Whatever it is, if it no longer serves your rise, then it must die. The great never rise without blood on their hands, blood of their past selves. Caesar crossed the Rubicon. He gave up peace to seize destiny. Napoleon abandoned noble virtue to embrace the crown. Steve Jobs was fired, humiliated, ridiculed. He didn't crumble. He recalibrated. He returned like a vengeful god and changed the damn world. What are you still holding on to? What old version of yourself are you still feeding? You say you want success, but you're still clutching dead weight like it's your lifeline. Drop it. Burn it. Starve the part of you that's keeping you weak. Let me tell you something ancient. Something sacred. From the ashes rises the phoenix. But first, the bird must be burned. That's you. You are the phoenix, but you want to rise without the fire. You want glory without annihilation. That's not how this game works. You must die before you die. Emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. The coward in you must perish. The addict in you must perish. The soft, apologetic version of you must be erased. Only then can the higher self emerge. Only then can your enemies look you in the eye and sense it, that you are no longer afraid. You've been burned, and yet you stand, not in shame, but in ruthless clarity. Now let's get tactical. This isn't theory. This is real-world warfare. You need strategy, not sentiment. Action, not affirmation. Here's how you start. 1. Identify your attachment points. Look at your life. Where are you still emotionally attached? Where do you fear loss? That's your weakness. The world will use it to control you. Detach. Get cold. Let go of the things you don't want to lose, so nothing can be used against you. 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. Get used to pain. Fast. Be rejected. Walk away from comfort. Do it daily. Suffer by choice so you don't suffer by force. 3. Choose one thing to sacrifice weekly. Every week, burn something old. An old belief, a comfort routine, a toxic influence. Kill something that no longer serves the king you're becoming. 4. Study power like a general studies the enemy. Read, observe, listen more than you speak. And for God's sake, stop advertising your plans. 5. Use loss as a signal to strike smarter. Loss is not defeat. It is feedback. Study it, then counterattack with precision. You've been prey for too long, chasing scraps, begging for recognition, waiting for permission. Enough. A predator doesn't wait. It studies. It lurks. It strikes. The predator uses pain as intel. The predator lets go of emotion and becomes pure will. You must evolve into that predator. Cold but not cruel. Calm but not passive. Calculated but ruthless when it's time. Pain becomes your compass. Loss becomes your teacher. Silence becomes your weapon. This is not for everyone. This path will make you hated, feared, misunderstood, but it will also make you free, powerful, unstoppable. Now we talk about destiny, not fate. Destiny. Fate is for the sheep. Destiny is for the wolves. And destiny doesn't come when you whisper. It comes when you bleed for it. Are you willing to lose your comfort? Your reputation? Your pride? Because the higher you want to rise, the more you must risk falling. Seduction is not just for lovers, it is for life itself. Seduce destiny by offering your soul. Throw everything on the table. Risk it all. Most won't. They'll retreat to safety. They'll hide behind excuses. They'll rot in mediocrity. But you've tasted fire. You've swallowed loss. And now the world has no leash tight enough to hold you. So I ask you now, are you ready to lose? To let go of what is familiar, weak, and hollow? To surrender the version of yourself that keeps losing? Because only in that moment, that raw, terrifying, beautiful moment of chosen loss, do you become dangerous. Do you become legend. Remember this. The man who loses everything becomes the man who has nothing left to fear. And the man with no fear? He wins every damn time. So go. Lose what must be lost. Kill what must be killed. Burn what must be burned. And from the ashes, rise with eyes of war. Rise with blood in your teeth. Rise with destiny in your hands. This is your hour. This is your right. This is your war cry. Lose to win. Now,